Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is our week 8 scenario. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about maintenance plans. So for our scenario here, we have a couple of checks. The idea here is to create an automation so that we don't have to manually do all of these objectives. And as we can kind of see here from the assignment, we have a couple objectives, which is check database integrity, rebuild index, reorganize index and update statistics, backup database full, and with an optional cleanup history, and then creating a scheduled time for each of these. I'm going to go ahead and actually skip the scheduling part. I'll still show you how to do it, but since this is my personal use computer and I usually shut off the server, I don't actually want to have one of these jobs running in case I do forget to accidentally, I forget to turn off my server. I don't want it to run while I'm doing something kind of important. So yeah, don't want that kind of happening. That being said, I'll still go over it, like I said, and I'll show you how that can handle. And what's the beauty of this is, since I've already created all of these maintenance jobs, I can go back if I really wanted to add that schedule. I'll show you in a second. Anyways, to start off, we're going to go over here into our management and go into creating a maintenance plan. So great thing is they have a wizard here for that really is pretty simple and goes through step by step. Right here is a schedule time that we could set up a time for this to be implemented at some point if we really wanted to. We could make it weekly, frequency, all that. Same thing as jobs, honestly. Like I said, we're going to skip that. What's cool also here is if we had multiple tasks, we could actually separate those schedules for each of those tasks and change up when they wanted to be done based off of what it actually was. What's cool about this is, as you can see over here, I created one for the backup database full as its kind of own thing. Cleanup history, index, rebuild, reorganize, and update statistics, integrity check, blah, blah, blah. But if I wanted to, I could actually, add all of those together into one and then create an order of like execution right here. And I just, obviously, we want to rebuild first before reorganizing. We want to check the integrity, and then let's say we want to. Oh, I don't think I put backup. We wanted to do backup. That would be at the bottom here, and execute SQL observer Bob. I actually don't want that. I don't want that there. Yeah. Anyways, we have some customization there. I decided to separate it just to kind of make it easier for me, so I can do one at a time. Right here. What we're going to want to do is actually select the database. And what I decided to do is I ended up doing the sample, the recipe examples. And that's kind of the database that I'm going to work with. It's going to go ahead and go through each one of these like tasks and some of the specifications. And it's going to keep asking me to select, what database you want to do. So we're just going to, I'm not going to actually save this one, but for all intents and purposes, I'm just going to do all. It's going to give me some specific for each of these, but let's go and do all, blah, blah, blah. This one wants to know how much I want to clean up, anything older than 4 weeks, all databases. This is the backup, destination, file options. It's all there in the wizard. Very simple, very easy. Next. Once you get all of that figured out, it will then ask you to finish up, which will then execute all of these. Obviously the beauty of this is the actual schedule itself. Doing this makes it so I don't have to do this every time, or I don't have to go in here and press this. So honestly, that's what you're really looking for to do, is to create that automation so that these little simple checks come in and just kind of simplify your life as an administrator. That being said, like I said, I don't want to do that. But as we can kind of see, each time one of these were created, these little setups that actually created a job for these. So in here, we can actually go ahead and edit things if we need to and continue to kind of fix things up. Like if I wanted to create a schedule, there you go. I have the ability to re-add that schedule. In this instance, what I'd like to do though is I just want to start a cleanup job. So we're going to start from step 1, go ahead and do the cleanup, and successful. Like I said, that all then gets added to our folders here, and that's going to be this PC. Make sure you check your file pathing. That's always kind of important. But we're going to Microsoft Server here, MySQL, and we see it right here in our logs. If we go for modified date, we can see the most recent one, which is cleanup server. Click on that. It then gives us kind of a proceeding of what happened there. So, awesome. A lot of good stuff. System health, this is kind of different one. This will actually bring up Microsoft Management Studio and show us a little bit more in there. But, all in all, that's all saved there in the logs, so I can see that. Yeah, so this is kind of how you want to create the automation. What I decided to do is I went through and I looked at which kind of databases I would feel like I could personally create some kind of usability. And kind of being in my internship, I've realized that one of the major issues, well, there's two major issues. Major issues that you'll have when it comes to databases and also like when it comes to businesses' usage of their networks and what it is that they're trying to store, it's honestly space. Yeah, most of the time that seems to be the biggest issue is with your databases and these different corporations or companies, businesses, they run out of space really quickly. So I think in that instance, let's say we're going to sales order, I'm going to implement a plan here, and I actually want to what I would like to do actually for them is I want to create them a management plan to actually remove what do they call it, to shrink the database and remove like file logs that are empty and such. So what we'll do there is we'll go through the wizard, kind of set up, we'd like to do the sales order, continue on, email the report, everything's good, finish that up, and there you go. Oh, I forgot to show the before. Well, crap. Anyways, basically, in this instance, any file logs that were unused, which I'm using up on that extra, data, I just had them removed. I had them removed. So this is a great thing to implement for honestly every server out there, unless there is for some reason they need those opened. This allows you to really clean up and maintain some of your storage capacities. There's a couple of other things you could do here, but I feel like that one was kind of one of the most important, is making sure that they have less, more space. Obviously, another standard one, honestly, for any server is the backups. And like I said, those backups can really be broken up into a lot of different ways of how you want to set them up. If we are creating backup, we have a full backup, differential, or we have transaction logs as just what we back up. And depending on what their needs are, we can kind of make sure that that's something that we take care of. And let's just do all of them. When it comes to the destination, yeah, we can go ahead and take care of that. We can even create a cleanup to follow up and delete any extra logs after 4 weeks, or to even go ahead and like remove some of these backups after 4 weeks that are extra and not needed, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of things here in automation that we can really do. And it really just allows us to create a better, easygoing environment where we don't have to sit there and manually take care of everything. If the storage is getting full, or if we have too many backup files, or, even restore points, all this stuff we can create easily through our maintenance plan and our job section here. But with all that, hopefully that satisfies the needs of what you're wanting for as far as maintenance, but yeah, very useful tool. So, all right.